Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. First things first, I hope you're having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We have a new mid-range deck in the top 700 Mythic. Jund, black, green, and red, utilizing dragons in standard best of one. In today's video, we're going to break down the deck list in depth, talk about the strategies, the synergies, then demonstrate all of this within the gameplay footage, giving you a deeper understanding of exactly how it is all meant to play out. And then we'll wrap up with our final thoughts, deck review, and card of the day. Make sure to like the video to show your support, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends and family about Hello Good Game on YouTube. If we each tell a friend, we'll double the subscribers. All right, easy. It's just simple math. Let's take a look at the deck. Alrighty, here we are with Jund Dragons, one of, the more aggressive mid-range builds that I've been able to come up with in, like, most recent months. Not utilizing the new vehicles, which are super busted, kind of taking advantage of the new Dragon Kami Reborn enchantment, and at Sushi, the Blazing Sky, alongside the Rising Star. So there's some really cool interactions within Kamigawa via the new Spirit Dragons, which is super exciting. And then we've got a couple of the older dragons in the build as well, Goldspan Dragon, Emerstrom Predator, as we do want to have as many dragons in play as possible to take advantage of the Kami Reborn. Other than that, we're really just kind of ramping into it. It's a really simple deck. You ramp and then you dragon. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And if you do this, you're going to have probably not only a super fun time, but a pretty easy time and enjoyable experience ranking up through Mythic. So let's start out with the deck. Of course, it is 60 card standard, best of one, 2.9 average mana value with 20 creatures, 16 non-creatures, and 24 land. We have a fairly even split between our three colors. And first things first, the ramp. Shambling Ghast is a 1/1 for 1. Whenever it dies, you can give another target an opponent controls -1/-1 until the end of turn, or you can create a treasure token for yourself, and obviously that treasure token will tap to sacrifice, adding 1 mana of any color, until we have Goldspan Dragon in play, at which point the artifact treasures that we have will sacrifice to add 2 mana of any one color instead, which is really quite nice. Moving on, for a turn 2 ramp, we have the Prosperous Innkeeper, a 1/1, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control on top of the Innkeeper, gain 1 life, which is really cool, and you'll also create a treasure on ETB there, which is nice. And then Deadly Dispute, also for 2 at instant speed, as an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Draw 2 cards, then create a treasure token. Again, sacrificing the gas creates a treasure, the Dispute creates a treasure, now you draw 2 cards. That is absolutely incredible, and even later on in-game, we can potentially be sacrificing our treasures to create a treasure to draw 2 cards, right? So just kind of propelling ourselves through the deck. We also have ramp on turn 3 through Jugon Defends the Temple. This is an enchantment saga, and when it enters play, create a 1/1 green human monk creature token with tap to add 1 green mana. On our next draw step, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, and then exile and return transformed as Remnant of the Rising Star. This is a 2/2 enchantment creature dragon spirit with flying, and whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay X. When you do, put X +1/+1 counters on that creature. And as long as there are 5 or more modified creatures, the Rising Star will receive +5/+5 and have trample. A modified creature is anything that is equipped, has an aura or an enchantment attached to it, or a counter, +1/+1, poison, death touch, first strike, but it does have to be in counter form, which is more specific, however, is possible. And then through the modified creatures, we have the 7/7 dragon that's going to smash in with trample. We also have the Blazing Sky as a 4/4 with trample, which is really nice. So if you can play the Blazing Sky after the Remnant is in play, you can dump all of your mana on top of the Blazing Sky. Now you've got maybe a 10/10 with trample, which is really exciting. And then when it dies, you get to choose 1. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards or create 3 treasure tokens. So, even the Blazing Sky acts as a form of ramp for us on turn 4 when it dies, which is really exciting. And then we're ramping still furthermore on turn 5 with the Goldspan Dragon. Whenever it attacks or becomes a target of a spell, create a treasure token. And all of those treasures that we were able to accumulate now will sacrifice themselves for double mana, which is really exciting. Moving away from this, we have the Emberstorm Predator for 4. It's a 3/3 with flying, and whenever it becomes tapped, you get to exile a card from a graveyard and put a +1/+1 counter on the Predator. You can sacrifice a creature to give it indestructible until the end of turn and tap it as an effect of this. So this is really nice because it gives us the ability to sacrifice our creatures to gain indestructible, or just put a +1/+1 counter on it if we want. And, you know, this is where things begin to get a little bit weird, so pay attention. The Predator can instant speed sacrifice things on our opponent's end step, just to tap itself, to gain that +1/+1 counter, so it's bigger and it's badder. And we can trigger the Dragon Kami's Egg, which is really exciting. So, first off, the Reborn is an enchantment for 3. When it enters play and on our next draw step, you gain 2 life, look at the top 3 cards of your library, exile one of them face down with a hatchling counter on it. Then put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. So this is decent because it has sustainability through the life gain, which is nice. We're sifting through our library, which is nice, finding the more important cards, getting, you know, extra lands out of the way by chance, and collecting the bangers, right? Those dragons are what we really want, but at the end of the day, you can take any creature here. And then finally, exile and transform into the Kami's Egg. This is a 0/1, which is very nice to be played or have transform after the Rising Star, because then you can dump your mana into the egg. Obviously, it does it on your upkeep, so you'll have all this mana untapped to, you know, make the egg a 4/5, a 6/7, or, you know, whatever it happens to be with that mana through the Rising Star. And then it's not just a 0/1 that's sitting there. It gets better, though. Whenever the egg or another dragon you control dies, you may cast a creature spell from among cards you own in exile with hatchling counters on them without paying the mana cost. So first thing, they all put hatchling counters. All 4 copies do hatchling counters, and you only need one of them in play to play the cards that were exiled with all of them. That is very, very good. We can also, like I said, at our opponent's end step, sacrifice a dragon to play a creature from the egg for free, which is very, very exciting. So typically, you don't want to be sacrificing your creatures. However, we have Etsushi, the Blazing Sky. Now, this is a legendary creature, so it would be sacrificed through the legendary rule anyways. If we have a copy of it in Kami's Egg hatchling collection, maybe we have one in our hand and we have one in field, we can Predator on our opponent's end step, the Etsushi that just attacked, just did damage. We can either draw cards or we can make treasures. Both are fantastic. That will trigger the Kami Egg, and then on our opponent's end step, we get a dragon out, right? A creature in general, it doesn't have to be a dragon. You know, if it's a Predator or another Blazing Sky, that summoning sickness is gone, and, you know, who cares if it's a Goldspan, that's fine as well, right? So this is fantastic, right? So we can flood the field with creatures for free, which is really, really nice. And some of the matches in which we were able to demonstrate this for you guys today is absolutely breathtaking. Talk about mid-range. Definitely back on the menu thanks to Kami's Reborn, which is super exciting. So, you know, it does seem like a fairly basic deck. There's a little bit of removal here through Infernal Grasp. Obviously, we're sacrificing things, so we don't want like a T-Grid to be in play ever. There's a few creatures that we will have to kind of identify. Not really worrying about Planeswalkers because we'll just open up the attack lanes and attack those Planeswalkers to kill them fairly easily. And then we have some lands. Obviously, the Mire can bring back some of the dragons from the graveyard, preferably the Blazing Sky. We have the Crucible, which can make some extra attackers or defenders. And then Who Endures to control any enchantments, artifacts, or lands that we don't like, with some you know, pathways and dual lands for consistency's sake. Here, no sideboard as we're playing best of one. Guys, this is Jund Dragons. I love it. I'm really looking forward to it. We have a few ideas for the deck as we wrap up, but you know, as far as things go right now, I'm loving it. And this is competing not only against the best decks in the world. Like, you know, we're beating that enchantments deck today, you guys. You know it. But we're also beating the best players in the world, which is really cool. So I do think that this deck shines. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure to like the video, show your support, subscribe to the channel, and like I said, tell your friends and family about Hello Good Game on YouTube. If we can expand the channel, that would be, of course, great for me. Cheers, you guys. Thanks for support. I really appreciate it. Enjoy today's gameplay. 2 red land. That makes a very unfriendly hand. Keeping 6, tossing a dragon. Still no plays until turn 3. That's, like, Again, really, really bad news bears. Can we even survive that long? Believe it or not, is relatively helpful. Let's toss a red source out. We've got our 3 colors of mana now. Playing against the enchantment deck. Big surprise, right? Big surprise. It's a good deck, but... yeah, you know, like, I'm just gonna force them to use a card out of their hand to push up their Weaver. I know they have it, but get it out of your hand is the thing. Huh. Oh, to bring it back. But then they still have to discard something, right? Whether it be an extra land or whatever. Temple out. So now they discard and I'd assume bring the Weaver back. Or do they ramp with the land? I like to ramp with the land lots, but I mean the Weaver. It's good. Good card. Into a circle, right? Nothing to see here, folks. It's not a great matchup for us, typically, because of all the exile, but... okay. And yeah, we're just kind of left in the water here. Really bad news bears. Looking like a free win for our opponent. Let's see if we can top deck a red source. They double draw through the Weaver. Pretty good stuff. I mean, it's not what we need. Let's just swing in on the Architect. It's too big for us to deal with. And turn. So we can Deadly Dispute the Rising Star for the red mana, which we don't want to do. But it does propel us forward. Yikes. Let's see if they want to interact with it. I might just take the trade. Because it's such a good card. We just have to get it off the field. Are you kidding me? Another Restoration. Probably the best card in the set. Two Weavers, 2 Restorations. Seems fair and playable. For 4. So they grab another Weaver back, pushes up all of the creatures, right? They've got 3/3/3s, which is pretty laughable. It's good, right? It's good to see. Oof, down to 10. They probably just have lethal next turn, right? Three copies of Restoration in the top 17. Shuffler's fine. 3 Restorations, 2 Weavers. Wow. Watch them exile the Goldspan Dragon here as well. I wouldn't doubt it. Hit for 8. They have removal? It's not a spell that's targeting it, it's an ability, which still really sucks. So we miss out on some damage there. We have the block, but I assume they just exile and power up and strike for lethal. Discarding and returning. They don't have anything other than a land to return at this point, so they just choose not to discard. Architect in play. Definitely exile the Blazing Sky. Don't hold back. We know you have it. We know you have it. Another Seat of the Empire, perhaps. Which saved them, let's be honest. We would win this match if they didn't have that. If they don't exile. Taking 6 down to 4. Take the hit. So we'll have enough to cycle still and a blocker. So we should only be taking 2. We could play the Innkeeper for 2 and still have enough up, which is great. Another blocker. 7 available mana through the Goldspan. This is clutch. This comes down to the last card in their hand. We should have done it before the attack. Kill the Architect. Hello, good game. Get out of here, meta deck. It's not every day you beat the best deck in the game. Woo! Oh, man. Get so worked up playing these Mythic matches, right? Like, my heart rate is through the roof. It cannot be good for me. So nervous. But, we beat Dragon Slayer. Just barely. We had a couple different playlines there. You know, kill their Architect, which we should have done before it attacked to make the Spirit. Didn't matter. Or we kill the Circle to take the Innkeeper back. Makes another treasure, which is good. Wow, what a good match. That's incredible. On the draw. No play till 3. I think that's a mulligan. Keep 6, toss a Goldspan. This is still really bad. No ones. No, not even a 3 drop this time. Okay, we get that 1 drop. And then that might actually open up a 3 drop if we're lucky. Let's attack first. Because I don't want to lose the Innkeeper, but I still want to play it. And then it still survives, right? I mean, they get the treasure, but whatever. Yeah, let's do it now. Keeping the haste in hand. Grab a life. Because I think they have remove it. I think they have remove it. Bop it. Twist it. Remove it. I think they have removal. Oh my gosh. That's what you guys show up for, right? Hit for one. They lose 2 life here. And we make 3 treasures. Smells like Goldspan. Okay. I mean, what else do we spend it on, right? I'll allow it. We're safe from a blood. We're safe from a hook. Ah, Twitch gets us, I guess. Gas does not interact. We need to remove the Twitch. Sack the treasure. Draw 2, make another. Land. Oh! 3 lands in a row. At least we can channel the one. We still hit for 5. Does the gas make the land for blood? Because they could still wreck us. Like, we're not free and clear here. Like, they're gonna stabilize and slay us. Right, they can meat hook us. Like, we're in really, really rough waters here. I'm nervous. Top decking is bad. Those 3 lines. I guess they're out of the way, though. Right? Yeah. Another eye twitch. Pretty bad draw. Secondary twitch, too. Oof. Good. I mean, force them to have it, and they did, right? It's not a downfall or anything.
I'm busy.
Really? That can't be the correct play. I guess it's the stronger of the two. I did not expect a quad block, but it's decent. Exile. So if they exile the Twitch, would not get the learn there. If for one, then they exile our Predator. It makes sense. You know, it's just not something you want to leave in play. And there was nothing that we could have done about that exile anyways, right? Leave Indestructible, not Hexproof or Shroud. There's another token in play.
You will serve me well.
We got really close. Maybe we can get lucky here with the Kami Egg. More lands, that's fantastic. We're still here. We're around. Ooh. That'll change. What is up with this land? Wow. I mean, they have just as many lands as we do. Well, not actually, we have more, but I just feel like we've only been drawing land. That's kind of crazy. Well, no, we've been through 5 dragons. Yeah, we're just dead here. Right, they're hitting far too much damage. We can defend. Take the draw. We're still gonna hit for 2, 4, 6, 9. With 12 is a good game. It's crazy how fast I can do the math as a blocker, but as the attacker, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Is this enough? I'll do it next turn. Going first with a good land and a nice hand. Timber out. Innkeeper is a go. Let's actually use Slitherbore. Make that treasure. For 1, they mill. For 2, they mill. Silver Fur Master. Let's go. Let's make another treasure. No attacks, just chillin'. If there's any scary ninjutsu, we can protect against it, but I'd rather just gold span. 1, 2. Well, actually, we could do both. We could Infernal Grasp, spend a treasure, and gold span. So I assume they ninjutsu here. When it enters the battlefield from your hand, if it's attacking, create a token that's a copy of another attacking creature. So we slay the Fur Master. And then there's no copy for it. Just hit for 1. Don't care. Second Black Source out. Gold span out, gain 2 life. Hit for 6, make a treasure. Here's all these lands again. Ninjutsu with a Circuit Hacker to draw. Okay. Not bad. We hit for 2. Land out. The Wind Robber, I'm assuming, enters, yeah. And a Stowaway, woof. Try and have good matches, Shuffler. All land, no land. All land, no land. God bless. All land, no land. All land, no land. And where's the Kami? Like, the Dragon Kami Reborn. I've not been able to showcase that at all yet. This is making me sad. Worst case scenario, I can rip a match that we had from the play queue yesterday off Twitch to showcase it. Shuffler's just like, no, you're not making a cool video today. Hit for 5, down to 11. They mill land out of the way, which actually is not the worst. They draw and discard here. Looking for removal on Goldspan. And then the Seafang just drew because we didn't have a play, because I guess all we get is lands this match. Master's nice. That helps him get lethal next turn. Ridiculous. Like, what the heck, man? And we've also put 2 of them into our grave. So we're sitting at 8, 10 lands. Beautiful. They make a copy of the Furmaster, and then they're hitting for 3, 6. Well, maybe not. It's close. It's really close. And they have to deal with the dragon. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's it. That is still it. Really close, but, I mean, you know, I'm sure we'd have top-decked another land, and everything would have been fine. Literally any other card but a land, and we could have won that match. Going first with a bad hand. There's removal. There's draw if we get there. But how are we going to get there? We'll just hold up the removal. 2 Infernal Grasps is not the worst if you have a slow start. I just wish we had something else. Like a Ghast with a Dispute. Right? Drop 1 Dispute, take a Ghast with it. And we're waiting. We have to allow our opponent to log in to our stream so they can see our hand and gain an advantage. It's, you know, the ethical thing to do, at least on Twitch, for the majority of the time. So I'm going to cut this recording, I guess, because it's going to take them a couple minutes to get there. Or should we just BM them and we'll talk trash the whole time and then they feel bad? And then they probably still just continue to do it in the future because, you know, they don't care. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jah. Welcome to my stream. You can see I've got a less than ideal hand. Are you ready to play finally? Let's go. Maybe they're not. Maybe the stream's not refreshed enough. There's an ad there. Oh, God. It's the mono black player. Or, sorry, mono green player doing it. Which, is pretty funny, to me at least. Maybe I'm wrong, who knows? Right, maybe they won't play around my hand perfectly. Yeah, get your creature out of here. And now they play their pack leader. I don't even need screen sheet to see your hand, brah. Don't need the screen sheet to see your hand, brah. Or lady, brah. I don't really know. I do want that 4th land, though. Quite badly. Ranger's class is great. Hey, at least it's a draw. Right? At least it's a draw. Troll. Decent. Hit for 2. Down to 14. Not so good. Counter on our creature. That's Sushi out. I think the Predator would have been alright as well, but I kind of want to keep that mana. We'll make treasures, I suppose, because Dispute can sack the treasures to draw at a more effective rate. Give them a second. They gotta check out what my last draw was. The buffer time, you know, it's killing them. I imagine they swing for 5. No blocks, sadly. They probably just have a Blizzard Brawl anyways. Right? But then it's not in their hand. We get rid of it. And it could be used to tap the Predator instead. See, I told you I don't need to see your hand. It only makes it fair for them to log in. Alright. Rising Star is active, which is quite nice. I'm just gonna dump in. Yeah, deal with that, mono green. Gotcha! They need Ren and 7, they need Chariot. Against mono green, if you can go bigger, you're gonna be badder. This also grows when we tap it to 8. Puts their brakes on a little bit. Here's the rope. Let's try to collect ourselves. Casual 7/7 goes to 8/8 with Indestructible. Grows the following turns. Don't mind it. So here goes counters to 7. It Blizzard Brawls. Well, no, they don't have 3 snow sources. Pack leader, that's fine. We have them flustered. You can see they're playing on the wrong phase here. Pack leader should come down second main phase. Take our turn. Land out. Temple out. Pay 3 on the Rising Star. Hit for 2. Because we need to survive. We're down to 9. As sad as that is, we need to really survive these interactions. We can push to 8 for a total of 12 defense. Emmerstrom and Remnant both grab a +1 counter as well, which brings us to 4 modified creatures. So if that Rising Star can get a 5th modified creature, it goes to a 7/7 with trample, right? +5/+5 gains trample. Have you ever seen a mono green forced to think so much? Nice. So it dies. So we kill the mana source. We gain indestructible. Let's get rid of their pack leader, I guess. Troll is dead. Goes on to the land. They play... Well, no, that went onto the wrong land. Oh, it has to go onto a basic forest, though, right? Yeah. That's the only land it can go onto. It would have been awesome if they didn't have one. Hello, good game. Boxed out the aggro deck. Woo! Midrange is back on the table. Emmerstrom Predator with the Rising Star. I guess it's alright. Going first, 2 Endures, which is fairly bad, so we're going to toss. Try again. Keep 6. Toss a red source. Keep defends the temple. Ghastly to go. Wind Robber out. Let's try and hit for 1. We do. Turn 3 Kami. Wish it was turn 2. Hit for 2 down to 18. We mill a Goldilocks. I am very upset about that. Because that would have been our exiled card here. Instead of this freaking Shambling Ghast. Ah. No attacks, we're playing defensively. They're checking out Kami Reborn. Because they see the gold span there, so it's like, oh, what's happening here? We can't block. Down to 18. Oh, Ninjutsu grabs a defend the temple. Luckily, we have 2. For 4, not pleasant, really. Gain 2 life, up to 18. We at least get a good card. Predator out. Let's defend the temple. Get spell pierced about it. Spell Pierce is upsetting me today. This is fine with me. Stop the 4. Ninjutsu the Master. With Thief to make a treasure. Which is good. We ourselves make a treasure. Let's hold off in case we top deck a gold spoon. Chamlin gassed out, and then we're just kind of sitting on this removal. We can pay for a Spell Pierce. Isn't that lovely? So the gas can kill our Kami Egg. Oh, really? This is an interesting bank. It's good to do it now. But I'm sure they're not impressed with that. I'm nervous, but we are in a good spot. Like, we're killing the Wind Robber if they attack with the Grounders, and we're killing a Grounder. Right, this is not a great attack for them. And we have removal in hand. We should have had them bounce something other than the Robber for Ninjutsu. We should have left the Robber in play blocked. Well, maybe we just kill the Prosperous Thief. Well, they should not have waited. So now we can't kill the Thief. We have to kill the Robber. We can still kill the Thief, I guess. They lose 2 life here still. And we chump block that damage. We don't have to kill it, but I will. I guess it's, you know, we have it, take care of it. And then we can go on the offensive. For 5. Land in hand is a bluff. Juke him out. Silver Fur. Land out. Goldilocks out. That's lethal. Low good game. 723 with Jund Dragons. I love it. Let me showcase you guys the match from my Twitch stream yesterday, which was incredible. Like, this next match is what it's all about. So don't miss out. Watch it. And then after that, we'll wrap up with my final thought. I was just going to do the Innkeeper. But then I was like, oh shit. I don't have a dragon dying this turn. I need to kill the egg myself. Right? So we should have chump blocked the egg. Absolutely. My bad. Don't point it out, bro. This is really slow. We're going to get throttled here. We also don't have the right land. There it is. Never didn't have it. Japanese approach from the draft event? You dog. You dog. Spirits. Disturbed. Flashback. Are you fucking kidding me? Double land for 7 mana. I know, that triggers me too, Walter. That actually upset me, I'm not gonna lie. That sucks. Fuck off. We have to leave the deadly dispute, sir. We don't really have anything to save us. Don't they have lethal? Can't they just attack with everything? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, they'd only hit for 3. Oh no, we don't. We only have 2 flyers. So they guarantee. Okay, never mind. You do you. Oops. Let's do this instead. My bad. It's quite the match. This deck is fucking sick. I am loving this. Like, we were dead. You know what I mean? 4, 8, 12, 17, 21. Yeah, this is fun. This is like explosive mid-range ability. Tommy Egg OP. Okay. This is fucking deadly, yo. Like, we are super mid-ranging right now. Woo! And to think they had us down to like 2 life. Mike, this is your song. This is your song, Mike. Imagine having a 10-10 with lifelink that doesn't do anything. It's too bad we don't have more cards in there. We can see the majority of our library. We grab this, draw this, play it, attack. This is a fantastic game. I wish I recorded this. Nice. They're at 42 and we're at 12. Holy Toledos. That's the only way they'll stay ahead of us. I guess we just need some removal, right? Oh no! Oops! We should have just went for it. Because the gold's... No, Goldstone's not here. I was gonna put 14 counters on it. Oh, I just punted the whole match. We're fine, we're fine. If we've survived this long, we're okay. We're gonna put it on the trample creature, I've decided. So we have 10, 14, and the blockers. Yeah, what the hell? Let's do 32. Oh, I don't get to pick. It's the creature that it comes out with. I see. They gain 9 life. And they block 1, 2, 3, 4 of our flyers. 1, 2, 3, 4 of our flyers. Do we just slam in? Do we just slam in? I don't want to do the math. I don't want to do the math. I'll slam in with my last card. Don't you have lethal? I don't know. I have no idea. Will you do the math for me? Chat, do the math here. That's a good top deck for them. We all make little mistakes. Haunts! That was such a cool match of Magic. Woof. How about that last match? It's a little bit of a different speed demeanor than you're typically used to for my YouTube recordings. You know, we're jamming out in Twitch, we're singing along. There is music on the live stream, but it gets DMCA'd to the replays. So, you know, I'm not just singing to myself. There is music, and we're all singing together. At least I'd like to think so. Jund Dragons, absolutely loving it. How do we improve the deck? Where do we go from here? Well, I'm really thinking that the Painter would be very good. You know, it's a 1/2, creates a treasure. Whenever you cast a creature on top of it, if you spend a treasure, it gets +1/+1 for each treasure. And then, you know, the Blazing Sky is making so many treasures. Goldspan Dragon can come in with haste, hit as a 10/10, right? So, yes, I do think that the Painter would be fantastic in the build, but I don't know what to drop. Do we drop lands? Lots of the times we've flooded, and it makes a treasure for itself anyways, right? However, I'm just not entirely sure. I don't want to drop the removal. I don't want to drop too much of our ramp. Like, I love the Rising Star. I love Kami's Reborn. And then we need all those other dragons, right? So it is a really hard decision. And it's going to be something that we continue to test with. And we'll get back to you. But I did want to let everybody know who does take the time to watch the video until the end, what I'm thinking for the next iteration of the deck. That doesn't go to say that it's not good now, because I do believe that this is going to be a top competitive deck, and I think the footage today spoke for that. Let's take a look at card of the day. Alrighty, here we are. Let's see if I can get that up. The Shatter Skull Charger for 3 mana. This is a holographic. That's why it's so reflective. LOL. It's a 4/3 Giant Warrior, kicker for 2, trample and haste. If it was kicked, it will enter the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. And then at the beginning of your end step, I believe, I can get this to focus. Come on, camera. Don't do this to me. There we go. If it doesn't have a +1/+1 counter on it, return it to its owner's hand, right? So if you kick it, you play that counter. or you use like a Luminarch Aspirant or something to put a counter on it, which, you know, is a cool trick. Then it'll stay in play. If not, it's going to get bounced to your hand. So the nice thing about this is that you can dodge a field wipe. You can get damage in. You can dodge the wipe. You can get more damage in, right? Cool stuff like this. So I love this. It's also like the new Ronin card is similar to that for 1 mana, which is exciting. Protection available through Durex in the link tree. No, I'm just kidding. Through Titan Shield. Get your 15% off, stuff like that. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Have a magical day. Check out some of my other Kamigawa videos. I'll have one pinned in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel to your friends. Have a magical day, and we'll see you soon.